Hey everyone, Joshua Hanlon here, and today I'm at the Bricks and Minifigs store in Johns Creek, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, and I'm joined by Chris. He's going to be taking us around the store today and showing off all the awesome stuff that they have here.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. This is a really great opportunity for us to show off our store, and we really enjoy that.
Yeah.
Because we love the brick, we love the Lego. We are huge Lego fans, my wife and I, and it's really great. We have a 3-year-old that builds all kinds of cool stuff, and you might find something of hers hidden in one of the cases around here. She hides it and says, "Dad, we can't sell this." It's like her little mock world, so she's going to be amazing when she gets older. So
I love that. We'll start with the wall over here. You've got this Snoopy Mosaic on the wall, so we definitely want to point that out.
Oh yeah, Snoopy is my aunt was a really huge fan of Snoopy, and so everywhere I go, I have something Snoopy in my life. She was a big part of my life. She's no longer with us. So we did this one, figured it needed to go in the Lego store to be part of her here with us. And I went with plates, because when you do the studs and tiles, you get the little black triangles. I didn't really want studs and tiles, or the little black triangles, I should say, inside of my doghouse.
Gotcha. And people love the rare sets, especially Star Wars ones. So what is this in the case right here?
This is going to be the UCS Rebel Blockade Runner. Some people call it the Tantive 4 C90 Corvette. What's really cool about this one is it's fairly rare, but it does come with the box and manual. It's a little beat up, but it's the black and white box,
Yeah.
which is really cool,
Really
part
unique.
of Lego history, right? And so that's what makes it really super exciting.
Now, it's interesting that this is in an actual case. Is that something you try to do with a lot of sets, or just kind of one-off things if you have the room?
So this was something that I was working with the guy from brickcase.com, and he really wants to promote his products too. And we're all about small business, helping small business, as we are a small business. And so what we were able to do is I had literally just got this in about an hour before I was going to meet the guy. So what was great is I took it over to him, and now it's going to be a showpiece on his website too.
Nice.
So the Tantive in the case.
That's perfect.
We took a lot of night pictures for him and made it look really pretty.
And as we keep moving down the wall here, there's some more rare sets. You see some sealed stuff, but even some more great Star Wars stuff there on that shelf.
Oh, the Ghost is fantastic. And this one here, it came in with the Phantom, which is, of course, the Phantom 1 is the better looking of the two. So we decided it needed to go as a set, because you can't have a Ghost without a Phantom. It just doesn't work.
There we go. But of course, we got to point out, the ultimate, hidden between these two icons is the most iconic of all time.
And he just hides back there because everybody loves him. And most people, nowadays, the kids don't know what he is and how Galador was not the greatest. But it was Nick is so great, they did the tribute to him in the new boutique hotel in the fine art store.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
for that reason, I love him, and he hangs out here with us.
And if we turn around the other direction here, we've got all of the bulk bins. And this is just, I love you just made one giant area here. They're all connected up and just let people come through and dig through for whatever they want.
Right, and we turned them in such a way that you can reach the middle, and it's pretty. It stands out in the store. It's kind of the first thing you see. But it's also really cool looking. And so, people like that. And they come in and they'll spend hours going through it.
Yeah. And I see you've got even more bins underneath the tables here. So does this kind of like cycle through? How does that work?
This is all ready to go, and it does cycle through. Or if a customer says, "Hey, I want to dig through that bucket," we're more than willing to pull some of that out, put it in a different bucket, and dump that in there for them, because it's all ready to go. So we want you to find the parts that you want. Mm-hmm. So we really want you to dig through it and enjoy it.
And we see another fantastic set display with the brick case and the Millennium Falcon over here.
So this is truly one of my favorite new Lego sets, and it's one of those ones that comes with a high dollar price point, right? So not every kid can afford it, not every adult can afford it. So they can come in here to Bricks and Minifigs and really enjoy it for what it is. They can see it and love it. It doesn't have to be in their house taking up their dining room table while Mama's trying to have them sit down for dinner.
And then some sealed sets on this side, so you've always got some of the newer sealed sets for people.
We've got some of the nice newer sets, and we do keep a little smaller stock than probably some of the Bricks and Minifigs, but we do sit within 20 minutes of 2 Lego stores themselves.
Yeah.
So we don't have all of it that a lot of the other stores carry.
And one of the things I love seeing at the Bricks and Minifigs stores is always the older retired sets, and this stand right here is all actually sealed, right? So sealed,
everything on there is going to be
retired.
sealed and retired.
Yeah. So it's not only stuff that isn't kind of currently available, but it's even sealed, so you can see it in the original box and packaging.
Right,
if
and
you
then
want
we
that.
do have a bunch that'll be up along that top shelf and a couple more in the back corner. So we kind of scatter them around. So you really want to go see that one, you got to look at some other really cool Lego stuff too along the way.
And we can head that direction now, so you can see some more of those up there. And then, of course, all the open sets underneath there. The ship down there is definitely catching my eye as one of the classic ships.
Yeah, it's one of the better ones. You know, everybody has their argument on which is the best Lego ship of all time. This one's personally one of my favorites because it was right in my wheelhouse of age, and so it's one I grew up with too.
And we definitely have to mention Monorail there as well. You've got it running and everything. That looks great.
Yeah, we really wanted to put this one up and showcase it so that whoever buys it can really see what it does, you know, and then you've got the fact that the motors age and the battery boxes corrode, but this one doesn't have that and it works. Yep, which is super great.
Very nice. And as we look down in the cases here, you start to see all of the fantastic minifigures. See a lot of Minecraft. Is the Minecraft stuff still pretty popular these days?
It is really popular. It does have its age group that it's really popular with, but it is super cool. I personally like a lot of the new Minecraft figures because they're unique and different.
That works really well. And around the corner here, some of the kind of collectible minifigure series and just some smaller one-off sets. I like the Ghost and the Wolf Pack little hideout set down there.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's fun, and the manual is there with it, so that makes it even more of a collector piece.
For those older sets like that, is it really difficult to find it with the manual or the box, or kind of besides just the pieces?
The boxes seem to be the hardest part to
it?
come with. Yeah, the manuals seem to be okay to find. You know, kind of 50-50 on whether they're totally destroyed or really usable and nice. And then there's always the hole punchers. My mom did that with a lot of mine too, because it was really nice to throw them in a 3-ring binder.
Exactly. Then
and
it's
you had
all
it
in one
covered,
place.
Yeah. Yep. Here, you want your manuals, and she'd throw the binder at you.
I love it. And then this stand over here, you see a lot of the accessories as well. So I know you mentioned kind of small businesses earlier. What types of stuff do you stock here?
So right now we have Brick Arms and Brick Forge for these, and we're working on getting a few more vendors in. This stuff is really popular. It's really high quality, and I really love it myself. And so when I look at a product to sell, I know we have corporate go through it too, but if I don't like it, I don't want to sell it. Right? If I don't think it's high enough quality, I don't want to sell it. I want to sell good stuff because I don't want to buy not high quality stuff myself. So we try to sell only the highest quality stuff.
That works very well. But if you also want other accessories, I love this display that has just some of everything right here.
Some of everything, yeah. And then we're just working on opening this section up here too, which is more like a little pick-a-brick for some of your specialty parts. And the customers really seem to love that.
Because a lot of people come in looking for maybe those specific couple parts or something they need for a house or whatever the build might be. You've even got all these boats and everything.
Right,
so.
and if we throw them in the table, it's really hard for the customers sometimes to find exactly what they want. Plus, when you rustle around in the bricks, the window panes get pretty torn up. So we try to pull that stuff out here and have it separate, so that way you can buy a nice window.
Yeah, that's a good point. I had never thought about that before, but there are definitely certain parts that maybe you don't want getting all beat up in the
Right,
bulk
like
brick.
your foliage is always a softer plastic,
Right, yeah.
so we try not to have that in there.
And we see some more Star Wars stuff, some of the decent bigger ships, and then even like an old Lord of the Rings set up there. So I know Lord of the Rings is one of those themes that a lot of people have highly sought after.
Yesterday, we lost a whole bunch of sealed old Lord of the Rings set. We had one guy, and he's like, I want them all. And so that's what we're kind of down to at the point now. And then if you want to talk more about the customs, we have this stuff.
You got some more customs over here?
So we do have the customs here. We have a little section of Clone Army customs, the big kid bricks, and then we go into Brick Arms, guns and weapons in a single, so you can buy one. You don't have to buy a $10 pack to get one gun that you really want. And truly, I was kind of against custom figs for the longest time. Then this big kid brick stuff walked in, and I can't tell you how amazing it is. I can't keep it in stock. We order every 6 weeks, and it's gone before we get it here.
Yeah.
It is hot. It's really cool stuff, too. Really nicely done.
I'm sure a lot of people are surprised that there's even products like that out there. That, they're obviously used to seeing just the official Lego products. So coming into a store like this and seeing all of these third-party stuff,
Right, it's really
people.
cool. And then you get into the super cool head molds that are on some of those, Droopy McCool and Qual Selkoth and Darth Talon, and they're just phenomenal. We love them, and so do our customers. So that's great that we can get them some really awesome product. And then they do Star Trek figs too, which is one of my personal favorites.
And then I'm impressed that you actually fit this Death Star set in the display cabinet down here.
We actually had to take the door off the back to get it in there. But it's super wiggly, and I really don't want to play hot Death Star with it and have it, you kind of a thing, and fall on the ground and shatter, because it did take quite a while to put it together.
And when I first walked in, this poster on the wall caught my eye as well. So do you know what the story is behind that, or where that came from?
I came from an antique store.
Really?
My wife and I were headed back from South Carolina, and we decided we'd swing into this antique store, and they had this, and I was like, we have to have this. It's so cool. It's fairly rare. I've never seen another one, anything like it. So it was really neat, and we figured it needed a home in our store to celebrate Lego.
The interesting thing is that it's Duplo branded as well, which wouldn't seem to make sense at first, and then it's just kind of like the Statue of Liberty. But
Right, it doesn't make any sense to me either, but it was really neat, and the blue pretty much matches the wall, so it was like, okay, we have to have this.
someone watching, maybe leave a comment if you've seen some similar posters before, yeah.
Yeah, or know the history behind it, because we'd like to know. That would be great.
And then is that a metal Billund sign there?
Yeah, that's one of the VIP gifts.
Okay.
And it was like, okay, we need that in the store too. And we've been collecting over the last 6 months posters, all the old Lego posters.
Yeah.
Pirates, Lord of the Rings, Castle. And so we're going to frame those and get those up here too, because that's a really cool piece of history.
For sure, yeah.
You'd buy a Lego set, and you'd get a really cool Lego poster to go with it.
And then we can make our way into the party room here, because I know this is a big thing for you guys as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So
this is where all the real fun happens. we do have a 25-foot racetrack. It is a Pinewood Derby track with the special metal wheels. We do have a party here in a couple hours, so we're ready to go. They're hot. We've booked up quite a bit. It's great fun.
Is it pretty big demand for this?
Yes,
Is it always kind of like kids parties, or what all type of stuff do you have?
So typically right now it's between 5 and 10-year-olds that are really hot. We have had a couple adults inquire, and so we're trying to figure out the logistics of doing adult parties, because adult parties bring adult beverages. So we're trying to figure out the legalities and the logistics of doing such a thing. This here, it's one of our. I am just in love with this thing. It was made by Slab Dream Labs. It's a 4-foot by 6-foot building wall. And I know it's not a real Lego product, but it does take the Lego brick amazingly.
Right, and it's all custom printed with the logo. They do great
and
work.
They really did the really nice frame for us. And yeah, their stuff is super awesome. And the new ones that interlock underneath with the clip, the overbite, underbite. So it's really nice. It's really fun for kids to build on.
So obviously you've got the party room here, but what types of events do you do in general in the store throughout the year? Types of things people can kind of keep an eye out for if they want to stop in?
Right now, the really most popular thing we do is a race night. So we have kids come in, we call it Kids Night Out. Parents can drop their kids off for a couple hours. We build and race cars, we give a prize to the winner, we run a little bracket, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good way for parents to get some cheap babysitting too.
Yeah, people love the competition aspect. I'm sure.
And then the kids really get into it because they do love that competition. They get a little crazy, but we love it. It's a lot of fun. So and then from there, we've got some summer camps coming, which all that information will be out in mid-February. And we do vacation Bible schools, which are awesome. So we travel to the different churches, we take the racetrack, and we do a vacation Lego camp, vacation Bible school Lego camp. So that's super fun.
That's great, yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you about, is if people are interested in checking that stuff out, where can they kind of find info online, or what's the best place
It's going to be
up
online here mid-February. Other than that, if you call the store or email us, you can find us on Facebook or Instagram and go from there, and we'll be more than happy to work something out with you.
Okay.
We've got an event coming at the end of April where we're going to host about 150 Cub Scouts. We're going to do a Cub Scout Lego Master style competition in our parking lot. We've got some of our local Peach Lug guys coming in to be the judges, and from there
I hope there's going to be a lot of destruction.
There is. We're thinking about baseball bats and doing that kind of fun stuff with them too. But the kids are going to get to take home their build, so that's going to be even more fun. So maybe we won't baseball bat it like Will does.
That is super fun. So as far as your online presence, what types of stuff do you do kind of on social media if people want to follow you online?
We do have an Instagram and a Facebook.
Is that the best? Okay.
That's the best that we've got right now.
Okay. No, that's great. So make sure you check out the store online. And then do you sell stuff online as well, or is that only if people
We're
come to the
trying.
store?
We're trying. We have an e-commerce site. We're trying very hard to get it full of product. My problem is the product's going off the shelf faster than I can get it on e-com right now. We're working on it, so hang tight.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, for everyone watching the video, if you can, definitely make sure to stop by the store. If you're in the Atlanta area at all, you can come by and check out the fantastic store here. But if not, we'll have links to the website and social media in the description of the video as well. Perfect. So you can check all that out. Keep an eye out for all the cool events that you mentioned as well. You can come participate, maybe host a party here, whatever you want to do.
Absolutely.
It's a fantastic store. So thanks for showing us around today.
We'd love to have you guys, so come on down and see us.
Now we've got a special build that we're showing off here, and this is actually a model of the Bricks and Minifigs store itself. So this is obviously still a work in progress, but we've got the builder here with us, and then what can you tell us about the progress that's been made so far?
So Mr. Mason here is doing a mock of our store. He's already done quite a few other ones that are super fantastic. And so you can see what he's going for here. So we've got the front of the store, he's got the color matched walls, he's got our party room, and he'll extend this back. He's actually here today to get more pieces to do it. And one of the coolest things that he did is figure out how to make our glass shelving. And so he's got this little custom glass shelf in there.
Kind of a floating shelf technique.
Right, and that's kind of what we have on our walls. And so that's why you're gonna see a few missing holes at the moment, but he's actually here to get some more headlight bricks and windows. So we can go ahead and put that together. And then the best thing we did is have him build it on a mill's plate. So it's not flimsy, it's gonna be super heavy duty, it's gonna be easy to transport. When it's complete, we're gonna show it off here in the store, and we'll be able to post pictures on our social media to give Mason the credit that he deserves for building such an awesome model for us.
That is super cool. So when it's done, make sure you stop in the store and you'll be able to see this in person, and you'll make sure to keep an eye out for photos online as well. But this is a really neat idea to have a Lego model of the store, and obviously people love seeing anything represented in Lego bricks. So I think this looks great. Keep up the good work. Thanks for showing it off.
I think the bulk tables are going to be his hardest challenge, but I've seen what Mason can do. He can do it for us.